Well, I know one thing. For all she's been through, all the damage it caused, all it did was make her stronger. Ironic when you think about it, that the biggest mistake I made was not seeing the best way to protect Katie was to give her the tools to protect herself.
Actually, the biggest mistake you made was murdering 4 people and a dog.
You're listening to the Fun with Horror podcast with your hosts, Scotty and Andrew.
Hello, everybody. This is Scotty.
And this is Meka G.
That's right. And welcome to episode number 165 of Fun with Horror. This is the most wholesome horror movie podcast in the entire world. This is usually the podcast where 2 long-distance best friends take turns picking movies for each other to watch, and then we discuss them. But hey, guess what? Andrew is a little bit sick today. So lucky for me, and lucky for everybody out there, we had already asked Meka from the Cinematic Nightmares podcast to come back and talk about M3GAN 2.0 with us, because why? You love this movie.
I did love this movie. I really did.
So yeah, we thought it was a good time, and now that Andrew's sick, you're still here, so it's just going to be Meka and Scotty today. But Andrew may pop in pre-recorded or whatever, and then he'll let us know what he thought of the movie. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to talk about M3GAN 2.0, but Meka, how are you?
I'm good. I'm doing really well. How about you?
I'm good. We're good. I don't know if there's any coincidence or anything, but I tell you what, after our Sinners episode, I don't know, our numbers have just gone through the roof. So I think that's the Meka effect.
Is it so?
I think so. There you go.
You know what? I will take all credit. You know what? I'll pat myself on the back for that one.
What you been up to?
Working and more working. Editing videos. Just dropped Exploring the Shadows, body horror, which you already know. Or your listeners don't know, but you know I don't like body horror. So but I did it for the fans. I did it for my followers and my subscribers because they kept asking me when I was going to do body horror. So I went ahead and did body horror for them.
Did you say what your favorite body horror movie is?
I absolutely did not. Like,
did you say what the worst, the hardest to watch has been?
I mentioned Society, which Society is like a complete mind blur. And I say that in PG-13. Like, it's one of those movies where you get to the end and you're like, what did I watch? I don't even know what this is. But it's strange. But the body horror in there is just like, bleh.
Yeah, we did Society, I think, way back in the beginning, maybe. Like our first year, maybe, of doing this podcast, we did Society because we had both seen some stuff about it, and then yeah, we talk about the shunting all the time, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, body horror. Can't do it. Hey, look, y'all got it. I will not do it part 2. I'm just gonna let you know that right now.
Well, I got to ask you questions though. So, did you see The Substance?
I did see The Substance. That was part of my research. Actually, I watched The Substance way before I did that, because everybody kept talking about it. And so I was like, okay, well, let me check it out. Because even though I don't do body horror, I knew it had to deal with body. So I was just like, and then we got to the end and I was like, is all body horror like this? Where you just end up confused? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't know if all body horror is like that. But so wait, did you like The Substance or did you not care for it because it's body horror?
I liked it up until the 3rd act.
When everything goes nuts.
Yeah, like that part was just like, okay, that's nasty.
Well, of course, right now everybody is talking about Together. Did you see Together?
I did not see Together. I'm waiting for that to show up on streaming. I will pay to watch it. It will be for research purposes only. so I can do a review on it.
What about, I got a good one. What about David Cronenberg's The Fly?
Okay, so The Fly was discussed during Body Horror. I remember watching The Fly as a kid and not being affected by the transformation, right? But then you become an
Yeah.
adult and you're watching it and you're like, oh man, I'm trying to eat. I can't eat right now. Nah, this is not working for me. But yes, The Fly
Okay.
ended up on my list.
Are there any other notable movies that you put on your list that we haven't mentioned?
I'm trying to think. I did Cronen. Oh,
Videodrome.
I did Videodrome. Yep, Videodrome ended up
Okay.
on the list. Cronenberg's son actually did a movie called Processor, which is
Possessor.
Possessor. You're right, Possessor. He did Possessor, and that one's it's body horror, but it's more also in the lines of psychological horror as well too. So
Right.
it kind of blurs the line. But that I mentioned that one too, and then I did mention The Substance, and there was another movie that I mentioned. I mentioned The Thing because you just can't.
Oh yeah,
You just
of
can't
course.
do body horror without The Thing. So yeah,
But you like that one, huh?
Oh, I love The Thing. The Thing is a classic.
Okay.
Yeah. The defibrillator scene, nasty.
Could we then say that The Thing is your favorite body horror movie?
I'm gonna say The Thing is my favorite sci-fi horror movie. Let's go with that.
There you go. There you go. And in the background, I'm going to be going, body horror.
Just holding up a sign. She made body horror.
Now, as far as us over here, have you seen, this is not body horror, although there's some horrific things in it. Have you seen High Tension?
Yes. That's the one
Okay.
with the two girls and
Yes.
Yes. Actually a great psychological horror movie.
Very much so. And also a great kind of a slasher too.
Yes, very much. Very much. So yeah.
I just mentioned that because I got Umbrella's new Extremity Collection, Volume 1, not a couple months ago.
Mhm.
I finally broke into it when I was feeling a little bit down. I was like, let me put on one of these movies to cheer me up. So I put on High Tension. This is the second time I've seen it. The first time I saw it, I got to the end of the first act, because basically it's not a spoiler that she goes to spend spring break with her friend, and the first night she's there, a guy comes in and kills the entire family and kidnaps her friend.
Yes.
The first time I saw this movie, that bothered me so much I turned the movie off. Like, it just disturbed me.
Oh, yeah.
And it took me like a couple weeks to come back to it.
The first time I would ever watch that movie was I think it's in French. I want to say it's in French. I had the subtitles on. But yeah, seeing that guy just randomly show up in the middle of the night, I was like, oh man, it's about to go down. and then the twist happened and I was like, what? what happened?
Yeah.
What is going on here? But no, it's a great movie. It is. It's a great movie. So what happened after your initial watch? You just never revisited again?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good movie, but yeah, I hadn't watched it again in a long time. I mean, I do like extreme movies, but I don't go back to them over and over again.
Right, correct.
But I knew that when I got this box set, I was curious to watch High Tension again, and I actually liked it a lot. I know people say there's plot holes and stuff, but I don't think the plot holes are as big as people usually say. I don't know.
No, I have to agree.
I think it's a good movie. I think, though, the thing, I don't know if you remember this about it, the thing that impressed me the most was the music. Because the music score is just this very ambient, low-key, like, I don't know, it would almost be relaxing if you were listening to it by itself.
Yeah.
But it's so, I don't know, off-putting when you're watching everything happening on the screen with just this very low music playing. It's just, so effective.
Yeah.
So effective.
Yeah. Now I gotta go revisit it again. It's one of those movies that if I see it pop up, I'm like, I think I'm gonna go ahead and watch this again. Like if it popped up on Tubi, I would just be like, you know what? Let me watch this again.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, you should. And let me know what you think when you do.
I will.
But let's talk something much lighter, something that's barely horror, M3GAN 2.0.
So about 6 months ago, the country's top weapons contractor, Grayman Thorpe, came to us with an experimental prototype they said would be the answer to drone warfare. What we got was a Trojan horse. This is Amelia. Last week, she was placed on her first field assignment in the Middle East. Her mission was to rescue a kidnapped scientist who'd been forced to develop a synthetic neurotoxin. Instead, she killed the scientist, stole the neurotoxin, and used it to wipe out Graham and Thorpe's entire research facility while removing all digital traces of her existence.
M3GAN 2.0 was directed by Gerard Johnstone, written by Gerard Johnstone or Johnstone, story by Akela Cooper. It stars Allison Williams as Gemma, Violet McGraw as Katie, Amy Donald as M3GAN, and Jenna Davis as the voice of M3GAN, Brian Jordan Alvarez as Cole, Jen Van Epps as Tess, Ivanna Sakhno as Amelia, Aristotle Atahri as Christian, Jemaine Clement as Alton Appleton, and Timm Sharp as Agent Sattler. So, we kind of know what you think of this movie. Meka, why don't you tell us, without spoilers, what did you think of M3GAN 2.0?
I like the fact that it didn't lean into the horror as much as the first movie. It leaned into the fun, gave us, a different type of M3GAN, because the M3GAN that we're used to is obviously the killer robot. But, this time we got to see a different side of not just M3GAN, but also, not really Gemma, but Gemma's going to be Gemma. But, Katie as well, too. So, it was, I thought, I just loved the fun of it. That was basically it.
I knew going in that this wasn't exactly a horror movie. I had heard it. I don't think I was still prepared for how much it was not a horror movie. Andrew and I think we even mentioned at the end of our last episode to be prepared because this is not a horror movie. This is not like the first M3GAN at all.
Correct.
Did you watch the unrated version?
I did. And honestly, I guess you could say it just had a little bit more gore to it. And that was that was basically it. I was like, you could have left this in the original movie. Like, nobody would have noticed it. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in more detail for sure. But there really wasn't a difference. Here's the thing, and this is without spoilers. The original M3GAN, I definitely liked the unrated version more than the PG-13 version.
Ditto.
When I saw the PG-13 version, I thought this should have been rated R. This movie, on the other hand, I watched the unrated version first, and then I watched the PG-13 version.
Yeah.
And for the most part, except for something near the end of the movie, I actually kind of preferred the PG-13 version.
Yeah. They didn't really do much with the unrated version. I was like, your unrated, or the original unrated M3GAN had a lot more to it. This one was just like, just a little bit more emphasis on certain scenes, and that was it.
Yeah. The original M3GAN, the first M3GAN, they even added more F-bombs because you're only allowed to have one before you get rated R. If you have two, then it's rated R. This movie still only had one F-bomb, even in the rated R version or the unrated version or whatever. So, but real quick, let's find out what my good buddy Andrew thought of the movie. Andrew, I'm glad you're feeling better, but we're going to go back in time and I'm going to insert you into this episode that Meka and I are recording right now.
Whoa.
It's crazy. It's technology.
Wow. Or the future.
Well, yes. But let's talk about technology because I wanted to ask you, my friend, without spoilers, what did you think of M3GAN 2.0?
First of all, perfect segue. Second, I had so much fun with this movie. Yeah, a wacky, crazy movie, but I had a lot of fun with it. So I definitely enjoyed it. It was kind of what I was expecting going into it, just from kind of what I had seen and heard. And I went, okay, I think it's going to be kind of this way. And it sure was. So, but not in a bad way, in a very fun, silly, goofy way. So
out of 5 stars, what would you give it?
Oh man, I would say, you know what? I would say 3.25 stars.
Okay, 3.25.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy because I gave it 3.26.
Oh, look at us.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So Andrew liked it.
I liked it too. And I agree with him. It's a lot of people didn't like this movie because it was like, oh, it's not horror. I was like, if you just enjoy the ride, it's a good movie. Like, I mean, not great. Don't get me wrong. Not a great movie, but still a good movie for what it is.
I agree. I think there's some issues with the movie for sure. I still like the first M3GAN better.
Yeah.
What about you?
Ditto.
Okay. Now, before we go further, you dressed up as M3GAN when you went to see this movie in the theater.
I did.
And not only that, but you got up in front of everybody with other M3GAN cosplayers and you did the whole M3GAN dance.
Yes, I did. I did. Yeah, Alamo Draft House does this thing where they do costumes where you can dress up for their, premieres for their movies. And it was a M3GAN one. There was a lot of M3GANs there. And they was like, oh, we're going to have a dance off. And I was like, oh, what? It actually was another podcaster there that I knew. And he was like, you should get up there. You should go. And I was like, I don't. And then, my kid was like, Mom, just do it. Just go. Just do it. So I got up there and I did it. And I won. So there's that.
Yeah, you did. Oh, I saw that video.
Right. Well, because it was me and another girl and a guy dressed up as, he wasn't really dressed up as M3GAN. He was like a male version of M3GAN. But still very creative. And so I was like, I've watched M3GAN, the original M3GAN, so many times. Like I had that dance down like pat. And also I was M3GAN last year for Halloween. So I had to know the dance because everybody was asking me. And I went to like a couple of conventions dressed as M3GAN as well too. So yeah, a lot of people asked me to do the dance. And so yes, the only thing I could not do was like that no hand cartwheel that she does. I'd like land on my face if I had to do that.
Yeah, but you killed it. The video is so good because they do the dance and like you start up slow for a second and then all of a sudden your inhibitions like just go away. And then you just kill it. And everybody in the audience, you can tell they're like, whoa, this girl knows what she's doing.
Yeah. Because in the beginning, she's kind of just standing there. And that's and as I'm listening to the song. So the other two are already dancing. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm playing the scene in my head. So I was like, she's kind of just standing there at first. And he's like, M3GAN, what are you doing? And then she starts dancing. And so I was, and that's when that part of the song kicks in, I was like, this is when she starts dancing. And then that's when M3GAN took over.
All right. Well, let's talk about M3GAN 2.0 instead of M3GAN, as we can talk about M3GAN all night. Love that movie. But first, it's time for our spoiler warning, followed immediately by any trigger warnings. If you haven't seen this movie and you don't want a single thing spoiled for you, this is the point of no return. Feel free to pause the episode and come back after you've watched the movie. But before we talk about the rest of the movie, we want to let you know of any major trigger warnings inspired by the website doesthedogdie.com. Nearly every horror movie inherently does have triggers, but there are some that we would want to know about before watching a movie, and we're here to let you know about those. Meka, there is one animal in this movie, but you might not notice it. This is a very, very light trigger warning.
I'm trying to think, and I can't think of the animal that.
There's a goldfish.
Really? A goldfish?
They throw the water on, what is it, the exoskeleton?
Oh, yeah.
So you never see the goldfish die, but they don't go to pick it up or anything either. They just throw the water with the goldfish onto the exoskeleton and they electrocute it. So that's it. You don't see anything. If you're thinking about it, then that goldfish probably died, but it's not a big trigger warning. But that's it.
Not a fish.
That's all we got.
Okay.
So, normally now, Andrew and I would roll our lucky 20-sided virtual die to find out who's going to do the 3-minute recap. You know, we did that last time, Meka. We did that with Sinners.
Yes.
And here's the thing. Afterwards, you said, oh, I was ready. So we're going to see if you're ready this time, because you're just going to do it. We're not going to roll. I want to, not just me, actually all of our listeners, every single one of them wrote in before this episode, and they said, you know what? When Meka comes back, we want to hear Meka G do the 3-minute recap. And you know who one of those listeners was? It was Amy Donald.
Really?
Megan herself.
Really?
Megan, she texted me and she was like, Meka G's my favorite. And I can't wait to hear her do the 3-minute recap.
Tears? Like tears forming in my eyes? Because what? Oh, I can't believe that. That's crazy.
So whenever you're ready, take it away.
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Okay, so the movie starts off with there's a government agency. They have sent in Amelia to infiltrate. They actually sent her in to go and get a target to save someone. However, Amelia goes rogue and ends up assassinating the said target, and the government agency finds out that Amelia has now gone rogue. So now they're like, okay, we need to figure out why she's done this. So now it is 2 years after M3GAN has gone completely haywire. Gemma and Katie are living their best life in this big extravagant house that people keep asking them how can they afford it, and we get the answer later. But anyway, Katie is into technology, but she's hiding it from her aunt Gemma, because Gemma does not want Katie to get involved in technology because of what happened with M3GAN. But Gemma is also the advocate against like kids using technology, and parents, be a parent. Take the technology away from your kids. And so Gemma learns that Amelia is existing because of her technology after the government breaks into her house. And lo and behold, M3GAN has been there the entire time. And she actually helps Gemma and Katie basically beat up all the Secret Service dudes that break into their house, and which is a pretty intense scene if you've ever watched this movie. So the government agent comes in and he tells Gemma, you're the reason why that Amelia exists. You're the problem. You sold your tech. Come to find out, spoiler alert, from the first M3GAN movie, it wasn't Gemma. It was the guy that was working for the company. He sold the tech to someone. So fast forward, Gemma is trying to figure out what is going on. So she ends up dressing up. She ends up not hooking up like that, but she ends up getting with her friends, Tess and Cole, and they go on a mission to try to talk to this like high profile tech guy because they assume that it's him. So Amelia is also there too. Amelia shows up. Amelia takes the guy's life after a very awkward scene and exchange between the two of them. And Gemma is there too. Cole is there. She actually finds out that Cole is trying to work for this company at the same time. And M3GAN has now been put into a Teletubby. That's the best way I can put it. So she takes her with her to the party and she's like, let me help you. Let me help you get away from Amelia. And so Amelia shows up. She ends up going in one direction. Gemma and Cole end up going in another direction with M3GAN, and they get away. And from there, it's M3GAN asks if she can be put into a new body because she knows that Gemma and friends cannot defeat Amelia by herself. So after Gemma fights it, and after they get put into what I can only call a bunker, they end up putting M3GAN in a new body. They also make her taller because she's no longer a child. She is an adolescent now. So they make M3GAN taller. They give her like super strength, but Gemma is still hesitant about M3GAN. So she puts a chip in her. So she's like, okay, just in case I need to like fry you, I will fry you. And the most funniest part of the movie happens too. That's when M3GAN starts singing This Woman's Worth, which is hilarious. They finally end up getting into Oh my goodness, into the facility where they think that everything is going down because they find out that there was once another computer that was like a killer robot, but they took the chip. It was in a copy machine, and they took the chip and they put it inside of a robot, and the robot ended up killing people. And so Megan and Amelia were not the first super robots. This is when we find out that Christian or Christiana or Christian, whatever, however you say his name, he is the mastermind behind all of this, and he is trying to basically take over all the AI, and he's using Amelia to do it. Fights ensue. Gemma gets Megan implanted into her head. They become one. There's an awesome fight scene with Megan and Gemma as one. And then Megan ends up going inside of Amelia, and there's that awesome fight scene. And then Christiana tries to get away. Yeah, he gets his arm broken by Katie, and then he ends up getting killed by Amelia. And then happy ending for everybody. I'm pretty sure I skipped a lot.
That's okay. You did fantastic, and you came in just under 3 minutes.
Yay.
And while you were doing that, Amy Donald, got on a big group text with me, along with Allison Williams and Jen Van Epps, and even Tim Sharp, Agent Sattler himself. And they all said that they love you and you did a fantastic job. Even though they couldn't hear you, they were sure that you were doing an amazing job. So
I'll hear it later. I appreciate y'all. Yay.
So yeah, that was actually really good. You did a very good 3-minute recap there. Thank you. As far as quibbles and things you didn't care for about this movie, actually, before we get into that, let's talk about the unrated version in a little bit of detail. Now, you watched that very recently.
Mm-hmm. Like today.
So I think from what I could tell, watching both versions, there was a little bit more blood when Megan stabbed the person in the face, or Amelia, I mean. There was a little more blood when Amelia pulled out Alton Appleton's spine thing, his implant, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But the main thing was the death of Christian.
Yes.
Do you remember what Amelia did to him?
She showed up behind him, and basically when she killed him, and there was a lot more blood splatter on the glass than it was in the unrated version. So I can't remember.
Did she rip his head off?
No, she ripped his arm off. And she was carrying his arm, and in that, so there was more blood on the window, and then she was carrying his arm, and there was more flesh, more drippage off the arm. But also when Katie broke his other arm,
yeah, but I don't think they changed anything for that. I think that was the same in
they
both
showed
versions.
more bone popping through.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they showed more bone popping through. It broke his shirt, and I was like, oh, that's rough. That's nasty.
So I do think I like Christian's death better in the unrated version. Everything else I'm fine with the PG-13.
Yeah.
Funny thing is that I couldn't remember what was very different with Christian's death. I just remember it was more brutal in the unrated version. But since I watched that first and then I watched the PG-13 version, all I have is the PG-13 version in my head now.
Honestly, I very much am like you. I agree that I like the PG-13 more because, I mean,
it's that kind of movie,
right? Exactly. It's not like we've been saying. It's not your typical. Actually, it's not even a horror movie. If we just want to be completely honest, it's really not a horror. Like I said, it leans into the funny, and it almost gives you Terminator 2 vibes with all the action that goes on in it. And even Terminator 2 didn't even have that much gore in it. Yeah, give me the PG-13 version. I'm good with that one.
Yeah, this is, I almost wanted to rename the show Fun with Sci-Fi instead of Fun with Horror for this episode because, yeah, we're not doing a horror movie, everybody. So, that said, out of 5 stars, what would you give this movie?
I think I gave it, when I saw it, I think I gave it a 3 out of 5, and that's just because it was what it was.
So, that's interesting to me. Because I came into this episode thinking that you liked M3GAN 2.0 more than I did. I think I gave it a 3.5 on Letterboxd. Of course, that was before I started rethinking how I was scoring all my movies, because I've been scoring my movies pretty high. So that's what? That's in a 10-point scale. A 3.5, I believe, is a 7.
Yes.
So a 3 would be a 6. I don't know. That's a tough one, because I could give M3GAN 2.0 a 7.
I mean, I gave it the middle because obviously it wasn't M3GAN. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
first M3GAN, I gave that definitely a higher score because and I was about to say something crazy. We have seen the killer robot before, but not in this light, like not,
Yeah.
through a robot doing what M3GAN was doing, like becoming basically her own person. But this movie, being a continuation of the first, I was excited for it. Whenever I saw the previews, I was like, oh, we about to get more of the killer robot. But then I started watching more previews and I was like, y'all giving us Terminator 2. Okay, you know what? I'm still gonna show up for it. And I did, and I'm glad I did. I'm definitely glad that I did. I'm glad I got to experience this one in the movie theaters.
So this is one time where the previews worked for you.
Yeah, because I knew what I was getting into. I feel like if I had not watched the previews, and this is probably the reason why a lot of people do not like this movie, is because they didn't watch the previews. They were like, oh, this isn't a horror movie. And it's like, dude, like if you had saw the previews, you would have known, like, this is not the M3GAN that you know.
I'll be honest, you know me, I don't watch trailers.
Yeah, I know.
I've told you this.
Mm-hmm.
I watched at least most of the trailer for this one when I saw it in a theater. It did not make me excited for the movie. I liked the movie itself more than I thought I would. But I'm able to just have fun with the movie too, which we talked about.
Yeah, and I think people forget that. Just have fun.
Now here's I don't even know if this is a quibble, but there is a moment when actually let me go backwards. When M3GAN is about to go into the thing and find that motherboard with that's holding the AI in it.
Mm-hmm.
So this AI that you mentioned in the 3-minute recap that started out in a copy machine, this AI has been trapped and it's been thinking all this time for like 40, 50 years.
Yes.
And if this AI gets out, it's going to cause havoc amongst everything. It's going to destroy the world probably.
Right.
So there's a moment where M3GAN is about to confront the motherboard that's holding this AI. Gemma thinks for a second that M3GAN is going to turn against her, that M3GAN was playing her this whole time, and now M3GAN's going to be bad.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, that got me excited. And I was like, oh man, we're going to see evil M3GAN again.
Right.
And I thought that's what we were about to get. You were exactly right. This movie turned into Terminator 2, in which M3GAN is now a hero, and she's going up against the evil Terminator, which is Amelia.
Right.
But man, I thought it would have been a pretty good twist if M3GAN actually was evil the whole time. And then what if in this world, what if Katie imprinted onto Amelia, who now has M3GAN's consciousness inside her?
Yeah.
And now Amelia's the good M3GAN. And then Amelia is now good, and she fights M3GAN, evil M3GAN. Oh, man.
That would have been a great movie. Maybe. But again, because they were leaning so much into Terminator 2 with this one, it just, I don't think it would have went over. I mean, no, I take that back. It probably would have went over with fans because you were very excited about it. He's like, yes, finally M3GAN's gonna do it.
Yeah.
But then Amelia said something during the movie to Katie when Katie was like, you're paired with me. And she was like, paired? You mean more like shackled to you, like type thing? And she was like, I want to be free. And then that's when she was.
Did she say that before she before she went free?
Yeah. Because Katie was trying to get into her non-existent heart. And she was just like, I don't want to be attached to you. I want to be free. So,
but she still fought for Katie. Like,
yeah,
she
for
was
that
still
short
good for a second.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
And that's why same thing that you were thinking. I was like, oh, she's going to be good now. And then she said that line and I was like, that was short lived.
But then she got shocked by all the guys. They shocked the hell out of her. That rebooted her system and made her autonomous again.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of an old science fiction movie called Metropolis?
No.
Okay, so I just sent you a picture. One thing I really appreciated was the homage to this old Fritz Lang movie. It's an old black and white called Metropolis.
Mm-hmm.
They did a very obvious homage when they put Amelia in that throne with the lights above her.
Yeah.
Look at that picture.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah. It looks just like it.
Yeah, I had a little freak out and I was like, oh, that's so cool because, I'm old. So I remember these things that I wasn't alive for. It's not, I'm not old. I'm just a big nerd. So I know all these old science fiction things.
So I was going to say, there's a difference.
Yeah, there is a big difference, I guess. So, because I'm definitely not old enough to have been alive when Metropolis came out. That's like the 30s or something.
It's just, yes, you're not that old, okay? Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's go with that.
Yeah. Oh, we're both so young. It's
I
so
was going
nice.
to say.
Look
young.
at us.
Right.
Look at us. Okay, now here's something you said during the 3-minute recap that caught my ear. And this is something that I thought of my second viewing. When the agents come in to their house and M3GAN is taking control of all the stuff to stop them, you said something like that was kind of intense or something like that.
It was very intense because, listen, none of those guys lived, okay? Just,
no, they did.
That's what I'm
They did
saying.
live.
But in real life, that dude broke his neck on the stairs. Like he was gone. The way he landed on
Only him though. Only him.
yeah, only him. Like, but the other guy, like the guy that slipped on the ice, which was hilarious. But yeah, the one guy that tripped over the vacuum cleaner and landed on the stairs, and you heard his neck. I was like, oh, he gone. But then like the next scene, he's like got a neck brace on and being carried out, and I was like,
So, see, it wasn't a broken neck. He just sprained it.
sprain does not crack.
So the first time I saw the movie, I thought that scene was kind of fun. The second time, I was sitting there wondering, is this a little bit too slapstickish for me? I mean, come on, the ice. Nobody slips on ice like that, ever. And then what was, the drawer. He got knocked out by a drawer opening. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it hurts, but I've never been knocked out by hitting my head on a drawer.
I mean, she did hit Gemma with the drawer out of nowhere. It just ran.
Well, not Gemma, but the first agent dude.
No, so in the beginning, she was like, I don't need the house to open a drawer for me, and the drawer popped open and hit her.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, oh, like, but first time that happened, I was like, okay, they got a smart house. I mean, smart houses malfunction. But then when the agent showed up and the drawer popped open, I was like, oh, it's M3GAN.
Well, M3GAN had already, she had already revealed herself at that point. So we knew it was M3GAN.
Right.
I did love that reveal.
Oh, yeah.
I loved, especially the second time, because now I'm watching all these things happen in the house and I know that it's M3GAN's consciousness doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares how she got there and leaving a bit of herself somewhere or whatever she did. Who cares?
Yeah. And a lot of people were like asking like that. And I was like, y'all obviously didn't pay attention to the first movie because she made a copy of herself. Now,
the bunker. You love the bunker?
So the bunker was the bunker was interesting because M3GAN was ready. Like she had food, clothes, a whole setup. Right.
See, okay, this is another one. The first time I see the movie, I should just never have watched this movie a second time. The first time I watched the movie, I didn't think anything about it. The second time, I'm like, wait a second. How did she get all this stuff down here? She had to have people deliver it?
She had no body.
Unless she had, but how does she get people to deliver it without Gemma or anybody else seeing them deliver it? And these other people, I don't know. How does she get it down all the way to this basement? There's a lot of questions.
Maybe she waited until like Gemma and Katie were like out of the house, and she was like, "Don't deliver, like only deliver between these hours. Don't come if you deliver outside these hours. I won't answer the door." Type thing. Like probably, I don't know.
I like it. Keep going.
But also, she had no arms, so she couldn't. I mean, how did she put Katie's room together?
And she had 3 arms.
But were they
remember.
were they workable to do to do a complete replica of Katie's room?
So I'm telling you, I wrote that down. I said, how did Megan do all this? And then I was like, oh, I guess she used her 3 arms. She did say it was very difficult with only 3 arms. So, I'm assuming that she took her time.
You're right. It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years.
2 years.
It's been 2 years. So that is more than enough time to build a whole emergency bunker for 4 people. And I don't even think she wanted Tess and Cole.
I don't. Oh yeah, she didn't want Tess and Cole at all. Did you like Tess and Cole coming back?
Tess, not so much. And it's not to say I didn't like her character. I just feel like she didn't bring like the comedic side of it like Cole did. Like the scene where Cole is laying out on the little couch and Megan goes up to him. She's like, "You remember when I tried to choke you? I just want to let you know I would never do that again." And he's just like, okay, but Tess to me, she hasn't always been one of my favorite characters. She's kind of like but she is quote unquote the voice of reason when it comes to Gemma, making decisions and things like that. So I do like that they brought them back because they are a trio. They all 3 of them work together. So you really had no choice but to bring Tess back. But Cole was definitely like the comic relief. He got more screen time this time around,
which I think you needed, especially after killing off Alton Appleton.
Yes.
Which, by the way, hilarious name. I mean, that's bold, calling him Appleton.
Right. Yes.
Jemaine Clement, I love him. He's funny as hell. Have you seen the movie What We Do in the Shadows?
Yes.
Okay, so you've seen him. He's fantastic. But talking about actors, what did you think about Aristotle Atahri as Christian?
Yeah, listen. From the moment that man got on the camera, I did not like him. I was like, this dude is just, what is wrong with, like, how like certain people just rub you the wrong way? Like you just look at him, you just like, ew. Like that's how I felt about him. Like the way he was talking to Katie, I was like, first of all, what you not finna do is talk to my child that way in front of me. But Gemma didn't have a background.
Wait now. He wasn't saying anything really bad to Katie. He was actually supporting her and what she was into.
It was his tone.
Exactly. It's the tone.
It was his tone.
I am so torn on this guy.
Yes.
Meka, I'm torn on him. Even after the second viewing, I couldn't tell if I liked the way Aristotle played Christian or if I thought it was brilliant because he's just so calm and the way he delivers all of his lines are just like casual. Everything is casual. No matter what he's saying, when he's talking about the end of the world or taking over, it's all casual. So I don't know.
What do they say? They say an actor has done their job if they can, especially because of who he is. If he makes you dislike him, he did his job. So,
but are you supposed to dislike him as early as you did?
Listen, I am a mother, and which in his tone, Gemma didn't have a backbone. I get it, that's her boyfriend, but still, I would have been like, "Hey, can I talk to you in the bedroom real quick? First of all, don't talk to my niece like that."
In the bedroom, huh? In the bedroom?
Because we can't argue in front of the kid.
Yeah, but there's no other room? Okay.
No, we got to talk in the bedroom so I can close the door and then she can hear me yelling and she'd be like, "Oh."
And then after we make up,
we ain't making up. We ain't making up.
Okay.
You can go home.
Do you think he was a good looking guy at all?
He was.
All right.
Very clean cut, very, gave off very government, person that was trying to destroy AI for some reason.
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. That's what I did kind of dig about his character, even though it was a little cliche. But it kind of mirrored some of the people in the real world. Yeah, he was trying to protect the world from AI.
Yes.
Right? And that did not mean destroying it. It meant controlling it.
Right.
So I like the idea that he's got the ego, like so many people do, to think that he can control something that nobody else can.
He didn't see Jurassic Park.
He did not see Jurassic Park at all. This movie is Jurassic Park.
It basically is. You have a tech guy that's trying to control AI, and he went about it, hacking into Amelia. And what do we find out? You can't control AI because she went rogue.
Now, finally, the only other actor I want to talk about. Have you, by any chance, seen Ahsoka, the TV show?
I haven't.
So, was this your first time seeing Ivanna Sakhno?
Yes. I thought she was somebody else.
You thought she was somebody else?
I thought she was somebody else. And I was like, oh, snap, they got her. And then I was like, no, that's not her. And I was like,
Okay, you know what? I'm going to give you that because I think I thought the same thing when I saw Ahsoka the first time. I was like, she looks familiar, but she wasn't.
mm-hmm.
But I loved her in Ahsoka. So when I saw her in this, I got very excited. I thought she was fantastic.
I loved her as Amelia because she gave what was supposed to be given. AI
Yeah.
robot that looked like a human. And from the first scene that she's in, obviously we don't see her face, but once we do see her face, it's like, oh man, we like at first. I mean, obviously, I saw the trailer, so I already knew that this was a robot. So, but if you didn't see it, you didn't see the trailer. She was like, oh, it's an assassin, but she took a bullet. Yeah, she did. I loved her. I loved everything about Amelia. I love the fact that she was ruthless and she didn't care, and she had a mission and she was dead set on completing it.
Man, it would have been cool if she had turned good and had to fight evil Megan. Man, I still
They
want
should've
that
switched
movie.
it. They should have switched it.
But yeah, I thought she was great. I believed every single time that she was a robot,
Mm-hmm.
that she was a really obviously human looking robot, but I
Right.
thought she played a robot really well. The stiffness and everything. Yeah, I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah, she didn't come off as robotic as Megan did. And even this Megan got a little bit of an upgrade as well too. Like she wasn't as robotic as she was in the first movie. She kind of moved a little bit more fluidly like Amelia. So they were able to do their fight scenes, saying, because
Yeah.
I don't think the other Megan would have been able to do it. So the upgrade was definitely needed.
I did like that they made her taller simply because Amy Donald is taller now.
Mhm.
Amy Donald is older, so they're like, hey, let's make Megan taller. And I like the way they did it. We also both liked the scene where she sings the Kate Bush song. What's it called?
This woman's work, or is it this woman's worth?
Oh, I think you're right. I think it's this woman's work.
Okay.
People can yell at us in the comments, but yeah, that was very funny. And Gemma's reaction to her throughout the whole song was hilarious.
It's when she tried to get up and Megan like forces her back down.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, you're gonna get this song.
And she puts her fingers on her lip.
She's like, shh.
Yeah.
So the funny thing,
She's like, and she goes, Megan, please don't take it to the chorus.
yes, right. And she does.
That was great.
The funny thing, when we went to see it in the movie theater, that part comes on, and this lady, she's sitting in the same row as me, and she is cackling like a witch, like through the whole thing. And that part is funny, but listening to that lady laugh at that part made it even funnier.
That's awesome. Was she also laughing during? So we got the song,
Mm-hmm.
and then we get a new dance.
I don't see myself doing that dance anytime soon. That's
You're
hard.
gonna have to learn. You got to
Listen.
do it for Megan 3.0.
I'm just saying, I can't spin around and keep my head straight in my body.
Okay,
I
but
can't
everything
do
up to that point.
I
Everything
mean-
up to that point.
I guess I gotta learn, and then I gotta go get a new Megan costume.
When you did the dance in the theater, you didn't like shove a person into an elevator and kill them either. So,
This is true.
so
I also
you
did
know.
not have a blade from a paper cutter.
Oh man. Oh, you didn't. Dang, that would have been amazing.
I don't think
That
they would have
would've
let
been
me get
amazing.
away with that.
What did you think of Wingsuit Megan?
Definitely lead into the Spy Kids with that one. I honestly, I didn't really care for Wingsuit Megan, but like I said, I understood what I was getting into. I knew I was getting Terminator 2. So I was like, if we're going to
Yeah,
get
but did you know you were getting Mission Impossible
I didn't know we were getting Spy Kids.
or Spy Kids? I did not really care for Wingsuit Megan.
Yeah,
I didn't love that part. I loved everything after when she got into Xenox, which I thought was funny. That Xenox, that's cute.
I thought.
Now, here's another thing that surprised me. Holy crap. When Christian captures Gemma, and I think I'm saying his name right?
Yes.
That's what Christian?
Christiana.
When he captures Gemma, now see, you're adding the A at the end. There's no A at the end. It's
He
just
said
Christian.
it like that, right?
He didn't say Anna.
Well, now he's Anna.
Christiana. Yeah, I like yours better. Yeah, he captures Gemma. I did not think he was going to put the chip inside her head.
I did.
That surprised me.
Me too. When I saw he was going to put the chip in her head, I was like, oh, he won't do that to her. And then he did it. And I was like, now I know why I don't like you.
I thought somebody was going to stop him.
I thought Megan was going to stop him. But but by then Megan was already fried.
I got to say that whole ending sequence was great though. I like Megan being fried like that, and actually I love the fact that she attacks Gemma and makes it look so real just so she can break the glass and transfer her consciousness into the inhibitor, into the chip or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I didn't catch the first time. I caught it the second time for sure.
Yeah. Megan being fried was definitely, Terminator 2 with Arnold Schwarzenegger's character giving the thumbs up as he's going down into the melting, hot lava stuff. So that's the Gemma, but then it's Gemma realizing that she is trying to save Megan because they could have left. She could have been like,
yeah,
I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
That was kind of weird.
It was weird because she hated her throughout the whole movie. Like she was like, I'm gonna fry this chick.
And she's a robot. Yeah. Like this is you have the opportunity now to end both Megan and Amelia.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to go back and save Megan. And this is the part, maybe my biggest flaw with the movie. They set off the EMP. That would have fried Gemma.
Yeah.
She had on that exoskeleton. She had that chip in her head.
Mm-hmm.
That would have fried that chip, and at least put Gemma out of commission if we're being nice.
Right.
If we're being realistic, she would have been electrocuted or something. It would have like short-circuited her brain.
Yeah.
But
oh, man.
It didn't do anything to her. She was fine.
Oh, man. I didn't get... Okay, wait. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I didn't catch that. Like, you're right. She should have gotten fried. Because she had
or
on
at
all
least
that
something
stuff.
just out of commission. Like, maybe have, like, the skeleton just, like, freeze up and then her head go down.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, it's the chip in her head,
Yeah.
For the people that don't get it.
Right.
But then she's okay later.
It was funny because Katie didn't want to go back and save Megan. Like she was just like, no, we can go. Like, let's leave. And she's like, no, I gotta go back. And not saying that Katie didn't care about Megan. She just is like, by then Megan had already told her like, I got this thing in me and I'm just gonna end all this. And it was just the fact that Gemma wanted to go back and save Megan after she was gonna fry her so many times during the movie.
Yeah. I didn't get the feeling that Katie didn't really care, because as soon as Gemma was going to go back, Katie was like, I'm going with you.
Right.
Like a dummy, like, no, don't go with your mom. I mean, okay, I'm talking to a mom here. So you're like, no, come with me.
Oh,
Die with me.
I'd be like, you get the safety. Let me do this. I got this. You go grab her and take her.
Some little things, I guess. So Alton's fake chest was weird. Special effects wise, it was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't care for that. I did, however, like the Knight Rider theme playing when Gemma started up that car with Megan in it.
Yep.
I did like that. That was very cool.
I liked Alton whenever he was sitting when he first showed up in the chair and he was talking to someone, but he wasn't on a phone, but he was talking to someone, and he was like, I've got to go. I'm with someone. Oh no, not like this. And he blinks his eyes. He's like, I just sent you a picture. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
They were talking about him in the bonus features, and they were saying that the thing that you get with Jemaine is that he's always improvising. So a lot of that conversation with him, with seeing whatever and us not seeing it, that was all improvised.
What?
So
That's crazy.
yeah,
It worked. It worked because you could tell he's like moving stuff with his hands. He's like, oh, this is great. Oh no, that's horrible. That's disgusting. Yeah. So I've got to go. I'm with someone. Oh no, not like
Yeah.
that. I just sent you a picture. I'm like, what?
yeah. I think if Ivanna Sakhno was saying that it was actually sometimes hard to do the scenes with him because she always wanted to laugh because he was so funny.
Okay.
So
I mean, I love when people can just take a character and get and embody it, and you can tell he was having a ball, being Alton.
absolutely. What else do you have? Do you have any more notes or anything that you wanted to mention? Why Steven Seagal?
Because Katie went and learned, oh my goodness, what's the basically like not jujitsu because that's not it, but basically the karate style that Steven Seagal used in all of it that he learned and he was known for. She went and learned it, and then so she had this love for Steven Seagal movies so much to the point that she had a poster in her locker right before she dislocated that girl's shoulder. Katie.
But it couldn't have been like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No,
I don't know.
It had to be Steven Seagal because Steven Seagal was nonviolent.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a big Steven Seagal fan. I am not a Steven Seagal fan. I like Jean-Claude better, even though I still don't love him. But anyway, we're digressing. What did you think? Did you think anything of the music, the score?
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was fine.
I mean, it worked for the movie. I did like the music for the dance scene. That was pretty cool.
But like as far as the score goes, Chris Bacon did it. I'm sure you've never heard of him, but you've seen the movie Heretic, haven't you? So Chris Bacon also did the score to Heretic, which I feel was probably a little bit better than this one. But this one was good. It was fine.
It worked.
But yeah, I also like the dance scene music. That was good. Cinematography was done by Toby Oliver. I thought the movie looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
He did some really interesting movies, though. Happy Death Day.
Okay.
He did Insidious: The Last Key.
Okay.
But you ready for this one? He was the DP, as far if IMDb is correct, on Get Out.
What?
Yeah. And that movie is striking. Like, you see the photography in that movie.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm you know what? I'm going to look that movie up because it is, I'll be honest, it's kind of hard to believe it's the same guy.
Yeah.
I mean, not to take anything away from him, but
I mean, the scene where, Megan and Amelia are getting ready to fight like that, the colors in there and the
yeah.
I mean, obviously we're in a bunker, but still, like, it was the play on colors, like, your like an orange hue with also like a pink tint to it, so it kind of reflected the two different sides of like Megan and Amelia.
Yeah. No, I mean, the lighting was great, even in the dance sequence and stuff in that convention, the AI convention. Yeah, he did a great job. It's just Get Out is so specific.
Yeah.
It's got a look.
Yeah.
And it does look so different from M3GAN 2.0.
Yeah.
So, props to him. Toby Oliver, good job. Are you ready for 3 questions?
I am.
Okay, here we go.
Who would cross the bridge of death must answer me these questions 3.
Question number 1, Meka G. What did you think was the best kill or death in this movie? I think I already know.
Do you know? No, probably the hotel scene.
Wait, what? The hotel scene? Really?
Yeah.
Amelia coming out of the suitcase.
Yes. Her coming out of the suitcase, she puts herself together and then she snaps the dude's neck like fast. And yeah.
That was another difference. Okay. So in the PG-13 version, that happens really fast. In the unrated version, there's a little more like it takes you're watching the neck being twisted around for like a second longer.
Yeah. Before they cut to breaking news. That's funny. I just got the
Oh yeah,
joke.
breaking news. I get it. That's funny. I'm gonna go with Christian. I mean, he deserved it.
He did.
He got his arm broken, Steven Seagal style, and then
'Cause-
Amelia destroyed him. So,
Yeah, because Katie was hard to kill.
did you think this movie was scary?
No, it was not scary. No, not at
No.
all.
Not to anybody. I doubt anybody will be scared watching this movie.
No.
So that brings us to question number 3. And let's see. I mean, did you have fun with science fiction?
I did have fun with science fiction. I did. you have to have fun with this movie.
But did you have fun with horror? No, because there's no horror.
There's no horror in this movie.
There we go. All right, well, that was M3GAN 2.0.
Look, she wants to help us. But she can't do that unless she has a body. And she can't get a body unless you help her.
Katie, you can't do this. Do not let her get inside your head. You remember what happened last time.
Yes, every day. But just because someone does something bad doesn't make them a bad person. Everyone deserves a second chance.
All right, now that was M3GAN 2.0. Now, Meka, I've got a special recording here where Andrew is going to pick our next movie. Take it away, Andrew. Well, Andrew, once again, I put Meka and I on pause so that I could come here. And now that we've discussed M3GAN 2.0, and you told us earlier in the episode what you thought of that, but you get the next movie. So, Andrew, what are we watching next?
Well, speaking of time travel, let's jump ahead 28 years in the future.
What?
And enjoy. Buddy, our next movie is 28 years later.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am excited for you to see this movie.
Me too, dude. Me too. I want to talk to you all about how much I love zombies, but we'll wait.
Well, and that'll be too bad because there's no zombies in 28 years later.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I love Infected.
There you go. All right, so thank you, buddy.
Yeah. And real quick, before I say adieu, I want to say thank you so much to Meka for being on the episode. Meka's the best. We love Meka dearly, so thank you so much, Meka. I really wish I could have chatted with you this time, but thanks for being sick. I didn't get to, but thank you so much, and just really appreciate you being on.
Wait, just to be clear, you were thanking yourself for being sick and not Meka, right?
I was.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
I was
little
thanking myself.
A little confusing, but very good.
I still have sick brain, so.
All right, well, buddy, I'm going to go back to Meka. So thank you for picking our next movie, and I'm going to go discuss that with Meka real quick, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Bye.
I love you, buddy.
I love you, buddy.
Bye-bye. And there you have it. Our next movie is 28 years later. Meka, you need to watch it again because the first time you weren't a huge fan of it. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. We won't get into spoilers or anything. But hey, you know what, guys? If you go on to Meka's social medias, I'm sure you can go back in time and find her thoughts on 28 years later.
Yes, you can.
But Meka, what do you have coming up for Cinematic Nightmares podcast?
Game night next month, October. It's going to be another big one. I also will be dropping an interview with an indie film called Unseen. Interviewed the director and one of the actors from the movie, so that will also be dropping soon as well. And then creator of the Horrifying Film Festival in Colorado. So I'm looking forward to that. And yep, that's about it.
All right. That's awesome. Everybody, if we haven't told you, go find the Cinematic Nightmares podcast. It's on YouTube.
Yes.
It's on all the social medias. You're on Instagram. You're on Threads.
Mm-hmm.
Threads
with a Z.
That's where we became friends.
Yes.
Thank God for Threads, right?
For real. Because that's the only way to network. Not saying we can't do it on Twitter, but Twitter's, or X or whatever they call it, but Threads is peaceful.
I got rid of Twitter a long time ago.
I never had it, so we're good.
People cannot find Fun with Horror on Twitter anymore. But yeah, Threads is a fantastic place to network. But there you have it. Everybody, thank you so much for listening to this very special episode with Meka G and myself, Scotty, and a couple of little jump-ins from Andrew, our lovely little boy. We love you all. Meka, we love you.
I love you too.
And everybody have a wonderful week and a night and whatever you're doing. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Just wanted to say great job on those actuators.
You're welcome.
Hey, so remember the time I strangled you and set the lab on fire? I just wanted to clarify that my programming only allowed me to count principles related to my primary user. As a result, I was unable to see you in tests as being consequential. But I want you to know that won't happen again.